Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining and welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Sorry for the delay, guys. I hope you forgive me. But it takes a little while sometimes to get the studio set up. So, anyway, I'm here. Tonight, guys, we have an interesting program and we're going to enlighten you on some things and follow up on some things that we started talking about that is just now really coming out in the media. So let me see who they here so we can quickly get started. New subscribers, we welcome you. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Hello. All right, let me see who they here. Good night, Electro. See some new names and some new faces. Welcome. Wife Style, welcome back. Okay. I hope you guys have been having a good time talking to one another. But make we get started, guys. So the first thing we're gonna talk about. Oh, guys, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Yeah, make sure you give us a like, and make sure that you invite your friends, our friends, and let them know that we're on. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is this quote unquote illicit six argument that's been going on. And right now, guys, the Justice Minister, Delroy Chuck, and likewise, the opposition, they're both talking, they're both, saying to the Integrity Commission what is going on. They're giving a vibe like the two of them, the two side them want to, you know, hold the Integrity Commission to something. Um, Julian is asking, Julian and others, not just him, they're asking, what is the intention of the Integrity Commission and Dwayne Vaz? For those of you who don't know, Dwayne Vaz was charged for breaching the Integrity Commission Act, wherein he did not turn in his documents when requested on time. It was late, and so the Integrity Commission took action and basically tell him say them are fine him because when you don't follow the Integrity Commission requirements and rules, what happens is there's a fine. Now, if you miss the deadline and on top of that, you miss the fine, then of course, that is serious. And especially for lawmakers or former members of parliament. So this is the question now, what them asking the Integrity Commission. Um, it says both government and opposition members have to. Me say the only time you would I see the parliament uniting, guys. And when time they're being held accountable. I don't know if me alone notice that, but me notice that if you want to unite Jamaica Parliament, start holding people in there accountable. And you see how them unite. Both government and opposition members of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee are questioning the circumstances which led the former PNP parliamentarian Dwayne Vaz to be charged for breaching the Integrity Commission Act. An IC report stated that Vaz was to be charged for failing to file his statutory declarations for 2019, which was tabled in the House of Parliament on April 23. However, Vaz in a statement issued that same afternoon said that on May 18, 2021, the IC confirmed that his statutory declarations up to December 2019 had been duly completed in accordance with the provision of the Act. So by Dwayne Vaz coming out and stating that, I don't know if Dwayne Vaz took the Integrity Commission serious or understood what he did wrong. Even though they accepted the documents late, 2 years late, he was still late. So he went to court April 30th and pled guilty to not complying with provisions of the Act. He will return on June 6, 2024 for sentencing. We don't know where the sentencing is, but at that time, they could say you are to pay a fine, and I guess, he will pay the fine, and that is that. Now, Delroy Chuck first brought up the matter during the committee sitting, noting that he does not understand why Vaz was in court if his statutory declarations had been certified, as stated in a letter from the IC addressed to Vaz. Now, if Delroy Chuck can say a thing like that, Delroy Chuck is dismissing the fact, say, or maybe he doesn't even know that the man's statutory declarations were late. It still remains that he was late, 2 years late. Opposition member Julian Robinson said he was seeking clarity from the commission about the letter signed by the Director of Information and Compliance, Greg Beresford. Quote, I'd like to confirm that this letter was actually sent to Mr. Beresford by Mr. Beresford to Mr. Vaz, and if it was in fact sent by him, then I'm asking the Integrity Commission to explain the basis under which Mr. Vaz had been found to be in contravention of any provision of the Integrity Commission Act. According to the Commission, Vaz had filed his statutory declaration 2019 on March 30th, 2020, in keeping with his obligation as a legislator. However, the IC wrote to him in November of 2020 requesting a financial statement for the year ended December 31, 2019 for a company named Estella Global Services Limited, for which he was one of the two directors between 2014 and 21. Vaz, the IC said, was given a November 16, 2020 deadline. Several reminders were issued to him, which had elapsed. On December 7, 2020, when contacted by cell phone or email, reminding him of the information requested, to which he responded a day later requesting until December 18, 2020 to provide the outstanding information. Commissioner said that subsequently a notice to discharge liability was served on Vaz on February 18, 2021, wherein he was given 30 days to pay a fixed penalty of $250,000 to Tax Administration Jamaica and submit the outstanding information to the Integrity Commission. I'm not even going to go any further, guys. I think, in my view, the Integrity Commission was within their right. He did not pay the fine. He was late and he did not pay. So the IC is within their right. There is no explanation to be done. If anybody see it any different, you tell me in the comments. But me not see what a problem with this. No. This now leads us to Delroy Chuck talking about the illicit 6. Because since the Integrity Commission carry out them job, the so-called illicit 6 argument, it's been festering, and the person who's been pushing that the most, Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, And to be honest, guys, anything we're bunting involved in, me feel like say some corruption a go on there, some wickedness a go on there, some lie a go on there, some scheme and some plotting a go on there. So me always skeptical of it. Right? They have been pushing it the most. So Delroy Chuck was frustrated today. Yesterday, I mean. And he was calling for the commission, for the Integrity Commission, to clear up the matter of the unknown 6 parliamentarians being investigated for illicit enrichment, which has been hanging over the heads of legislators for close to a year. They're being investigated. Quote, I don't know when the IC's annual report will be coming, but it is about time we have answers about the illicit enrichment of 6 members and whether or not one or all 6 have been cleared. That's what he told the Oversight Committee. Wanna feel like say, guys, wanna feel like say the Integrity Commission did something wrong when they made the announcement that they were investigating 6 people for illicit enrichment. Don't know if you said them did wrong. Don't tell me. Because some would argue that they should have said something after their investigation is complete. Yeah, me know that 6 persons were named Lifestyle and they were not parliamentarians. But what the Integrity Commission said previously, over a year ago, I think, they said that they're investigating 6 parliamentarians for illicit enrichment. So that is separate and apart from what was recently, which implicated the former member of parliament, Dwayne Vaz. Yes, Elijah, he pleaded guilty, so I don't know where the back and forth for. That makes sense. Yes, me feel like say them a cause the confusion because if where the illicit 6 is concerned, so called, if all you're doing is investigating the people, you have nothing to say to the public until that investigation is complete. Because as you can see, the opposition is flaunting it and using it, and they're putting undue pressure on the investigation, and they shouldn't be doing that. They too are supposed to be responsible for the chaos that is happening because the Integrity Commission has a job to do. They should not feel rushed or pressured in their investigation, but they have to also be held responsible for coming out and telling the people that they're investigating 6 people. We didn't need to know that. Tell us something once you're done. And because them come out and run their mouth is why Mark Golden now can get up every day talking about illicit 6 and accost the government, telling the government, say, them need to release the name of the illicit 6, as if they're the ones doing the investigation. He accuses the Prime Minister of putting gag order on the parliamentarian. Now, the Integrity Commission never tell nobody, say, all of them are JLP or PNP, you know. Mark Golden and Peter Bunting. Them get up and tell the country, say, the whole of the people, them are JLP. And the government must come talk and table this and the integrity for come table. Some very reckless behavior. They don't get to dictate the investigation and how it goes. They don't. The only thing I would fault the Integrity Commission for is coming out and talking about they're investigating people. You can't do that because you implicate yourself, first of all. Now, if they're so responsible accountable and they care about illicit and people violating the integrity commission laws of the country. Mark Golding is sitting there with Julian trying to defend the man who plead guilty, which is Dwayne Vaz. Look at Mark Golding's face. Like him vex. Turn back blow. The man plead guilty. So why would they even bring this? Or any of them? Because Delroy Chuck asked some questions which him seemed way out there, not understand what's going on. Why them even bring this come after the man plead guilty? Look here. This doesn't make sense. Because when a ball boy illicit six, right? Una ball integrity. I wanna never know. Whatever leak una get, if that is so, I don't want to put no blame on the IC. Yeah? But me I hear some look at things. The body never tell you no say, Dwayne Vaz did in a problem with IC. No, sir. This is this is ridiculous at this point, may I tell you no. All right, so Derek, welcome back. Welcome to another night of lively discussion. Please touch the thumbs up button as you tune in. Thank you so much, Derek, and welcome back. Them have Mark going like Papish. No, I'm have himself as Papish show, or maybe a bunting have him a puppeteer and them something there. I think that's more like it, don't you? It doesn't make any sense. So on to the next topic. Guys, remember last night me I tell you say let's discuss how we can keep Mark Golding on the veranda in Florida and make it come back. Me I show you them down in Florida. Me I show you them down in Florida, guys. No, sir. Anyway, you remember last night me I tell you say the banks them in a Jamaica and the investment banks them, right? Major mass withdrawal, cash withdrawal, right? The people them we have all the biggest money in the country are draw out hundreds of millions of dollars from these institutions. Them a draw out their money. Then draw out over $200,000 from over proven wealth. Cause them your money are now compromised, big time. Nobody not trust them, So the investors, them a take out their money because they say, Jesus Christ, you hear them sitting here, what they do, what them a try to do with politics and what them a, how they gain them, nobody not trust them, guys. So people are draw out their money. So me I go show you now. Me don't know if this cause the problem. Me don't know if the EPA withdrawal cause the problem. And if, you see, if there's a major, massive withdrawal substantially from these institutions, I don't think this is something that the country would want, that the powers that be would want to announce, because I think it may cause anxiety, But me over here start telling you, because we have the intelligence them and we're going to tell you the things. So I don't know if this now cause the parliament to be speaking now about protecting the people of the country where these banks are concerned, and where even the deputy police commissioner was called to the parliament to testify, or rather, to give an account of the amount of money that was lost. How would he know that? That's what was reported to the police. So imagine what was reported to the bank and not the police. So in my estimate, guys, it's more than $309 million that has been lost. Way more than that to me. You see these banks? Them not regulate nothing to keep the people them protected and safe. Me no know how a country can function like that. You not protect the people them when they come under scamming and all kind. Listen, wanna listen to this, guys. This was me gonna make on the ear first, the deputy police commissioner, and then I'll let you hear Fitz Jackson, who has been a champion trying to advocate for these banks to act right. And it's like he's a lone voice in the parliament. Nobody else no really try to protect the people like him. Wanna hear ya?
You know, the customer has lost their funds. Sometimes it's difficult. We have to be applying for court orders through the judiciary to get the information, which sometimes slow down the investigative process. And one of the things that I would recommend to this House, that there should be an amendment whereby a court order can only be obtained when someone is arrested. If that is not done, we have to go through the ministerial order. And I think that aspect of the law need to be amended so that an officer can make an application before a judge for a court order before to look at a person's account before the person is arrested. It really impacts on our investigative process.
So as you can see, guys, there is a problem for the police to carry out their investigation. There are several processes when someone loses their money in these banks. For example, you report it. Soon as you find out that you'll either lose your card and somebody will use it or somebody go wipe out your account, the first person where you're supposed to call, is the bank, Yes, you're supposed to call the bank first. And the bank supposed to lock off your card or whatever, or if you can do that, you lock off your card. But in the meantime, there should be some regulation, some policy where once you have lost that money, the bank puts it back. Because suppose you lost $50 you're having at the bank and it gone, where you gonna do? So I think the bank should make it so that when people lose, they put it back. And then they should be responsible. The bank should be responsible for getting the police to investigate the matter. That's it. I've had to do that before with Bank of America. Sometimes you may lose your card, somebody find your card and start use it. That happened to me once already, right? Wipe me out couple $1,000. Me have to call the bank. And immediately they put the money back. And then, of course, they have to do the investigation to make sure that you're not the culprit trying to scam them. And them follow the money and do them investigation. And who's ever responsible, if they can catch them or whatever, then do it. Now listen to the exchange now between Jackson and the bankman.
Process of legislation is so difficult, tedious, and time-consuming in this country.
No, that is not all true. We have seen legislation come to this parliament in one day and pass. So it's not a generic problem. It's for them to put in place and somebody to make sure that they are putting these things in place rather than just recommend it to them in a meeting. It's good customer relationship for you to do these. And so if they don't do it, so what? You say you're a naughty boy and they just continue doing what they are doing. But while they are continuing what they are doing, people are losing their hard-earned money. That is the consequence of it. And I really don't believe, Dr. Lewis, that with your circumscribed qualification of duty of care, that there is any impetus to really cause them to do it. The record is there. Left on their own, they do the least. And people suffer. So I want more from you. And what I'm disappointed about the governor, every time that the BOJ needs regulatory provision needs legislative provision. You refer to some of them that is complex and takes some time. And being in government ourselves, we rely, ministers and government rely on regulators to keep them abreast of what is happening in the sector that they regulate, not just from an informational standpoint, but to promulgate the necessary regulation and legislation and amendments. We do many amendments to acts in the Parliament routinely to enable the regulator to do their job effectively in protecting the public's interest. The JCF does that.
Yeah, guys. So, wanna see what going on so now? There's no accountability on the part of these banks. They really are not being accountable to the people they serve. I mean, most people are not going to think about this until them get wiped out, until them account get wiped out, And when they have to recover those funds, then they will understand how very serious it is in Jamaica that these banks find some new regulations to put in place to protect their customers. It's really bad. Imagine you all have a couple $1 million now, where you save and when you go look it gone. And them are going to tell us to make police deal with it. Police can't get this. Police are in a court. And you're not going to get back your money or know nothing about your money until what? Until their investigation is complete. That nothing to do with you getting back your money, That I will just basically tell the police who thief your money. If they catch them. The retrieval part of it is just, I don't know. Because in America, the banks are FDIC insured up to $250,000 US, federal insured. Jamaican banks should also get insured for when persons are scammed. When it's something go on over SSL, don't we did hear say SSL get one big insurance payout where they were insured in the UK? You don't remember that? Want to talk to me? Me sure me hear that. And the person, Trisha, no, not Trisha, sorry Trisha, Stokely, your comment is exactly my sentiment. This is why SSL doesn't surprise me and strikes me as a Ponzi scheme. Jamaica, London of corruption is... Listen. SSL doesn't only strike us as a Ponzi scheme. SSL is, in fact, a Ponzi scheme. And let me tell you something. I've said this recently, that if Bernie Madoff, who was sentenced to almost 500 years in prison after they catch him, if Bernie Madoff was operating his Ponzi scheme in Jamaica, he would have gotten away with it. Because in Jamaica, we do not have strong financial laws. Would you agree, guys? If Bernie Madoff was in Jamaica, he would have still doing thing right now. Just like how Usain Bolt and 200 other people can lose their money over SSL. One man lose 10 million and nothing come out of it. We're giving him back his money. Usain Bolt shouldn't even have to go to courthouse to get back his money. And then lock up one little woman. Instead of lock up the CEO them at the top of the stream, because they are the corruption, really. Them only recruit people to work in a corrupt organization. But them should have up on trial in a Jamaica. We need some strong financial laws. Look here, telling you the truth, guys. I don't know if me and I going to live to see Jamaica fully developed, with its laws and them something there, The whole parliament should not advocate, been an advocate for the proper regulations to be put in place to protect the citizens of the country. It is not so. One man in the attack, one lone voice in the attack, and nobody don't care. You know what? When the scammer them hit, will you ever hear any of the parliamentarian them becoming victims? No. They're not going to be hit. It's the average people. Usain Bolt are the highest profile person in the country to have become a victim. Usain Bolt. Yeah? And so it's never the ones, who are responsible for making the laws and making sure that they have proper laws in place to protect the people. It's never them. I mean, if me don't know you're not concerned about this, guys. Everybody who use these financial institutions in Jamaica, they should be concerned. And with that concern, people should have them placard and go down at these banks and go down at parliament. If you go tell them, say, listen, we need some laws right now for protect we before they wipe we out. But it seems like say nobody don't care. Me not understand. Anyway, guys, let me go to a quick break and then we'll come back.
Carol, you like school?
Too much work can kill me.
Really? How old you be? Wait, so all work for your kid at school? We don't understand.
I'm tired.
What you saying? What?
Yes, so guys, yesterday or maybe the day before, we talked here about the weakness of the government's communication and information. And we show you what happened at the post-cabinet briefing and how embarrassing that situation was. And I think majority of the commentators in the country, if not all of them, from the mainstream media to the journalists in the country to bloggers, vloggers, everybody looked at that and, said, what the heck are these people doing? Especially this guy right here. But of course, people are going to blame the administration for not having adequate, capable people informing the press, the country, and answering the press and the country. So, on the Prime Minister's Twitter page today, this video I'm going to play was posted. I don't know if he posted it. I don't think so. I think he has a handler. Maybe it's this guy who posted it. But, we're bragging about being on the list of, countries with freedom of press. And, I'm going to let you listen to it and then we'll come back and discuss, guys. Here it is.
On behalf of Jamaica, we welcome the improved press freedom rankings as reported by Reporters Without Borders, which is an international press freedom watchdog. Our score moving from 32 to 24 is commendable and importantly makes Jamaica the country in the Caribbean with the best press freedom ranking. Over the years, the government has made significant efforts in encouraging press freedom and facilitating the work of journalists. We have reinvigorated our post-cabinet press briefings, where journalists are able to come every Wednesday at 9 a.m., ask any question they choose to ministers as well as the Minister of Information. We find the ranking to be a testament to Jamaica's continued work in improving the conditions, the safety, and the freedom of journalists to do their work. Jamaica stands tall globally as one of the countries with the better press freedom rankings, and the government recognizes the importance of encouraging press freedom as part of encouraging a strong democracy, improving transparency and accountability. We will continue to work hard to ensure that our rankings improve even further, and we encourage our journalists in Jamaica to continue doing their work and partner with the state and the government as we continue to encourage press freedom, transparency, accountability, and good governance.
Now, guys, at a time when there's this obvious and major deficit in the government's ability to inform the country and to communicate with the country and to inform the country. This is a bragging right of who, really? That video I just showed you, yes, we've always had, freedom of press in Jamaica, especially in modern history, I should say. In modern history, we've had a country that, especially when compared to other countries in the region, where when it comes down to freedom of press, we've always been up there. But what good is freedom of press if when the press approaches you and asks you some very serious questions, you look at the press as a spokesperson for the government and say, I don't understand what you're asking me. I can't answer that. What good is it when that is how you respond to the press in a country that is now boasting freedom of press? You see what I'm saying, guys? In a country where there's freedom of press and where the spokespeople for the government are incompetent, it interferes with freedom of press. It interferes with communication with the country and the press, and it also interferes on information. So it's kind of like a two-way street, You have a country where freedom of press is a thing, and you must also have a government, not just a government, but also opposition too, who is respectful of the country and the people and the press. That way, when they come to you for information, you give them that information. You don't tell them that you can't answer or you don't understand what they might ask you. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't withhold information or fail to carry out your part in this two-way street of making sure that freedom of press is really free. Because there's really no freedom if they can't get answers, right? Now, make a show no. Walk on down a veranda restaurant of Florida. Poopa Jesus. Me say JPU people them wicked, Yeah, because I didn't bring this to my attention, my love. So, me have to look on it. But meanwhile, down in Florida, down a veranda restaurant, you know, look here, so the quality is not that great, but you will see. Hold on. Oh God. You know what? I wasn't thinking about the music panic, guys. So I forgot try and get the music out of it. Yeah, I try and get the music out of it and then my show, no, right? But in the meantime, and I'm gonna do that as I'm talking to you guys, so you'll get to see it before we sign off here tonight. But in the meantime, let me see, they need to expose more. Hold on there. They need to expose more. They who? Mark always look untidy. Freedom of press, but not reporting of government activity. No reporting of government activity. You know, make no sense. Me don't see what sense that make. Money laundering everywhere. Whoa, we're overwhelmed with thousands of apartments. Oh, let me show you guys this other news item, which I think is, we can't always bring bad news. We have to bring the good news as well as they arise, right? So let me show you guys some good news. Yeah, let me show you guys some good news about Jamaica, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit.
Jamaica is the first country in the region whose tourism sector has fully recovered from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett highlighted that fact while speaking at this week's post-cabinet press brief at Jamaica House.
The first quarter of this year makes the point that we had 1.2 million visitors and earned 1.27 billion US dollars in the first 3 months of this year.
He says the rapid growth of the sector has resulted in a shortage of labor.
Because we lost just about 20% of our workers due to COVID and the recovery. But what has happened since is that we are now short of workers, not because of loss, but because of the growth. And we are back to 175,000 workers in the industry, direct and indirect, and induced we are back to 350,000.
He also pointed out that investors continue to look for opportunities within the tourism sector.
Investors have continued to show the strongest of confidence in destination Jamaica. So much so that we didn't lose a single investor who had been on the cards or in the pipeline, if you will, before COVID. In fact, we have got new investors, and existing investors have also expanded the scope of their investment. And so we're looking at the target of 20,000 new rooms in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, guys. So, while it's good to hear that from Ed Bartlett about Jamaica, first to fully recover, we want to hear that. We're glad to hear that. But you see, at the same time, with the losses in labor, because of COVID and stuff that he spoke of. In order to make tourism really attractive for people to want to work in, several things need to happen. You see, in this new age where we are living here now with, most people are becoming entrepreneurs, young people at that. We have to make tourism attractive. So you see, the 6-month contract work and they're sitting, nobody not the time for that again. Because here we know there are more options, number one. And number two, people want steady jobs. They want to be able to plan a future. Right? So maybe that's something that they can change in the tourism sector, where these big hotel chains are sitting and coming And them are going to look upon a Jamaican and say them are going to give them 1 6-month contract. You know, no sick leave, no health insurance and all them sitting there. That cannot work. You understand? Them better off go find a local small business start and them something there. You know me I say, guys? So while it's good that our tourism is doing well, and I think we've always been doing well because, like I tell people all the time, Jamaica is your number one tourist destination in the Caribbean region, and probably even compared to some parts of the world outside of the Caribbean, right? So, I mean, it's great. I like to hear it. But, you know, say, I used to go to these resorts, you know, guys. I used to go there a lot, right? Sometime there in Jamaica, my family, them not see me. But you know why I stopped doing that? I stopped doing that about 10 years ago. Because as I began to observe the way that those places are run, it reminded me of a plantation. And when I spoke with some of the people who work there and realized the condition, you know, and stuff like that, and me look upon it and me say, you know what? You are not going to get any better hospitality in the world than in Jamaica. And I'm not asking nobody that, because I've traveled and I've been around, and I know that when it comes on to hospitality, Jamaica is incomparable. They train those people well. You understand, guys? And I love that. That's one of the things that I used to enjoy the most about going there. And I made so many friends. The one hotel that I used to go to all the time, from them hear me call, room upgrade right away, you know, because I was a regular there. And I always enjoyed, you know, talking to the workers and them people there, entertainment people. I've made so many friends going there over time. But it just became so sad to see this plantation style. So I stopped go there. Because the people them when me enjoy interacting with and who serve us and give us the best hospitality, they barely can afford to be sick. They barely can afford, you know, to miss a day of work. I mean, come on. That doesn't sit well with me. And that particular hotel that I used to go to all the time, I'm not gonna call the name, but I watch it there. You know me see them bringing all people from different country to come be the director and manager of the entertainment department. I know say Jamaica is the number one destination for entertainment. Then I make a Jamaican do it, you know. Some people not even speak a proper line of English, you know. Them come there and I come do that. So me just no bother with them again. But them need to change up the thing in the tourism sector, make it a little more nice for the people who are working there, you know. And everybody want to go to college, you know. And everybody want to migrate, you know. You have some people, if them are working at one local hotel and them are get decent pay and them have them long-term job and stuff like that, them all right with that. They can look out for their family, they all right. The tip balances their income, but not all the time. That's not a guarantee. And also, that does not guarantee their job past 6 months. This contract work business must be addressed in the country. So there's issues there, you know. Them need to get them good health insurance and all these things. Anyway, let us show now the people them down a veranda restaurant. Lord Jesus, I wish party there now. See it here, guys. Veranda settings. Hey, hey. Woo! Look there. A bunting that me see. Wait there. Let us see. Veranda restaurant. No, Finzi Smith that. A Finzi Smith that? I initially heard that they were going there to meet with some protesters. Yes, what ya? Not even one good cameraman. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Diaspora tour. Oh God. Diaspora tour. What do you think? Tapanaris. Mighty God. About how much people that? About 50? Then I will pay for Finzi Smith travel. Make a tap me nice, yeah. No, sir. God have mercy. Yes, so our Lola there. Oh, see her there. Soon opposition leader there. When Omar Davis was finance minister, them start tax gratuity and put workers on all them sitting there. Marva, you love it, eh? What is this? They must say I'm Spanish food, they know. Oh God, talk about Spanish food. Mark and some friends just eat some food and have a drink. Yeah, I guess so. Papa Jesus. Not my cup of. So none of one where they don't have Florida. Bad to bad. None of one where don't have Florida. Uno mean to tell me say, uno don't go and look for an opposition leader. Eh? You know look good. I just the truth. It does not look good, oh. No, sir. Guys, I want to show you something, I want to show you something when I see out of social media. Hold on. Hold on there, guys. Let me see. Yeah, I want to show you one lady. She's an educator. And she come on social media contact. As a matter of fact, she's a comrade. And she come on social media, come talk, say, or pay more under Andrew Honest government. So she used to get 100,000 and now our pay is more. And me say, the people them go for name off a woman head. You understand, guys? I may say the situation terrible because if the woman is like say the woman not supposed to come talk. She not supposed to come talk. So so the thing reach her now. Me go show no. Hold on there. And by the way, me go open the phone line a little bit if you guys wanna call. Let me see. Where's the puppet show? No, sir. We could go to one quick break. May I come?
Carol, you like school?
Too much work can kill me.
How old you be? Wait, so how work for your kid in school? We don't understand.
I'm tired.
What you tired? What?
Yes, guys. The comrade say when PNP was in power, I was carrying home liquor over 100 and add something thousand. It was maga bad. When we Jamaicans said it maga, you know it's slim enough. So she said, since JLP government came in power 2016, I'm carrying home 200 and enough at $1,000 in my pocket. I hope it reach 300 at $1,000 before them come out of power. Prayer up. I'ma say, the people them, I don't know who me attack, the people them. The people them no want the woman for talk. Me don't know where them a kill the woman fire now. Eh? You could either get 100,000 or you come and get 200 now and I go ungrateful. And I go use your mouth and bring down the government like what the risers them a do. You can't do that. So them no want to hear them they sitting there, you know. So me a beg you know, screenshot this and show it to the world. I wish we could have played music on this. Yeah, guys, so this is where the politics reach right now. It's so divisive that we must see the other side as the enemy. We must see the other side as, you know, not one of us, not Jamaican, just an enemy, just wicked and evil and Ray and Ray. And that's the kind of language that Mark Golding uses. So a Jamaican educator, it's not okay to say, under this government, my salary increased. It's not okay to say that. Right? Because Andrew wicked. And Andrew for leave office now. Right? And I am sure that, you know, anybody who get a pay raise, them feel good about it. Yeah? So this is the situation in the country. All who were not here last night, I don't know if you want to see what happened down at the courthouse, Supreme Court yesterday. But the people them down there, them protests, right? Melissa Silvera, our killer went to court yesterday to go seek bail. Them put in the application, but them not gonna get a response until the 14th of the month here. So, me go see what go happen, you know. They said that the new DPP, they make the case, you know, they're the prosecution side, so they're basically gonna make the case as to why he shouldn't get bail. And, you know, his lawyers are going to say why he should. Right? So that is the status. So we'll come back here on the 14th and we'll see what took place that day. Right? So that is where we are, guys. That is where we are. Let's see. Oh, not talk say yes or no. We don't like the veranda settings. No, now they don't have Florida no go down there. Oh God, man. Not even for go take two picture or go for go video and send it come get JP. You know good journalists out there, you know. It is, from what I understand, guys, it's like a Caribbean restaurant where them have Spanish, them have, you know, maybe have a Jamaican chef around there. I don't know. I don't really know. I never got there yet. But I know exactly where it is in Fort Lauderdale. That looked cheap. It looked cheap, yeah. There's a little sit-down restaurant, you know. I don't know, fancy. But when you're in an opposition, you know, you want to put your best foot forward. You want to impress. I just saw the thing go. You can't do no riff-raff settings. You understand? You can't do no cheap settings. And it doesn't even have to cost you much because you know why? When you go out there and you make the case, say, listen, I am fit to lead the country and me fit to be the next prime minister of the country. People out there, they will go out on a limb to accommodate you, to fund you and stuff like that. And that is what it's about. But when you don't have no political pull, you know, when you don't really have no political name or identity or a political savviness, you know, you're always going to be on your own and you're going to have to go deep into your pocket. You understand? And the money, I was say them have much money. I can't believe that the settings then go. Eh? The man them was say they have much money. I can't believe that the little settings they then go. That not look good, man. A whole heap of nice restaurant there, Florida, you know. Even, boy, I don't know. Them could have rent one Airbnb, don't it, guys? Them could have go down a Palm Beach, you know. Them could have go down a Palm Beach and rent one nice Airbnb down a Palm Beach. I not talk West Palm, you know. I talk Palm Beach, you know. Down pan the seaside, they say, you know. Down we shot Donald Trump have him house, you know, so rest people with name, you know. You could have go rent out one little conference all this, so or you could have get one nice Airbnb, you know, one of them tall ceiling house there where you can put a nice little setup in there and host the people. Situation look bad, me not lie. Or you could have even find out Wagwan in the area, get together with the Jamaican Association people them. Them have Florida, them have Atlanta. Every big city has a Jamaican Association. And that is where you're supposed to go and speak. Just like how Lisa Hanna went to the Atlanta Jamaican Association. Right? And as a matter of fact, she didn't just go there and speak. They invited her as keynote speaker. And she's done that at several events, not just in Atlanta, but in Florida, in New York, stuff like that. Those are the places that you want to go. You don't want to just go sit in any restaurant on a veranda. You'll find out from these organizations. Where the people in New York name again, guys? You have one organization in New York that is affiliated with they were affiliated with the PNP. I think at Jamaica, tell me in a comment here, so guys, you must know. They've been around a long, long time and they always go to the conference, the annual conference. I don't remember what their name. That's what you do. You go to the big cities, then Florida has a very big Jamaican population. You find out who are the organization people them. And you schedule yourself to go there when they're having something big like, Jamaica independence, something is going to be done in every city. And them are gonna have them keynote speakers and any little thing, cause them have things all year round. And that is a stage for you. But when you don't get invited and you don't seek to get invited, then you're not ready for prime time. Or as we say in Jamaica, you're not ready for the video lights. So you have to just sit down in a sun low light on the veranda. Lord Jesus. No, sir. We don't say we don't have much money. Yes, he said that. Look here, guys. Me just telling you, say them not have as much money as all them attack. A little bit of money they have. Cause you can't have so much money and care yourself, so. Me see people with less money. And them would have never do that. So them not no money, them money I run out, it look like. So I don't see them coming to politics now. Jack and Jill. Then coming to politics. One can take over Jamaica. For them and their friend of approval. You know what I'm bright doing? You don't have no money, man. A little bit of money you have, man. You know must could rent one of them nice places down Miami. Somewhere down at Fort Lauderdale, somewhere down at Palm Beach. No, sir. It's not look good at all. Wait here. We don't feel no more aftershocks after the hurricane. The earthquake one night, guys. No aftershocks, right? I hope not. If them have money little bit. They not no money. They not no money. You have to understand that when you're in opposition, Patricia, when you're in opposition, you have to always put your best foot forward. Remember you want people to see your pedigree, and know say you're ready, and you're capable. So you can't do things where now gonna make you sparkle, if you will. You understand? You gotta do things, me not say you have to really go overboard and them sitting there. But you must do things that make sense. Me tell you now. You think say me could have the Jamaica and buy my good plane ticket. Round trip. And say me I got Florida. Go sit down. God have mercy, no sir. You could have got trucks and records and look better. Trucks and records at Jamaica. I'm not talking truth. We don't want Mark in Palm Beach. Ma. No, sir. You have internet issues. I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, guys, you gotta check out here now. I hope that you guys enjoy the program as usual. Please give the live a thumbs up. Yeah? Please give the live a thumbs up. Somebody I talk about say. I think she was there. They traveled together. I think she was there. She doesn't speak much. I don't know why. She never says anything. Anyway, somebody was saying that, it was a fundraiser thing. According to these settings right here, what we see. When you say fundraiser, you think say they might get no more than about $150, if that much, from each of the people in attendance? Especially if the people them come there, come buy them food. What kind of money then can raise this, sir? Me never see this yet in a Jamaica history. Me never see this yet. Look good. What kind of speech I will give this now? A time for the one Andrew Honest to go on now, you know. Be a corruption a go on, you know. Lord Jesus. You know who can go there go talk to the people them bounty. The people that don't want to hear nothing from him. No, sir. Why put kitchen towel on the table setting? Nobody not no money for waste and kill his people. Marky G, I'm going to say, when you hear what the one and Jonas are going with. Time coming up. Lord. Thank God. Time coming up. Jamaica. Jamaica, on the call look for the opposition. No, sir. Well informative. I always have to watch even the dead life. Bless up yourself. I wish dead life that. We not keep dead life over here, so Miss Joanie. Come on now, no do with that. Lord have mercy. Time coming up. One hand in a pocket. One hand in a pocket. And catch it at on the right side. Time coming up. I'm left for people them alone there for me. I want a bad list to follow me. Anyway, we'll talk to no one at that time. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. As I said, please hit the like button. Silent listeners, make sure to subscribe. And eventually, I guess you guys will, come sit in the room with us. Guys, I will catch you later. Take care of yourselves and have a good night.